Hello and welcome back to Best Bets, the Super Bowl edition. What is going on? I am Matt O'Leary. I am joined as always by Newsday's NFL pick columnist Joe Maniello. Joe, how are you?
Doing good, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing good. We made it. Final game of the year, Super Bowl, Chiefs, 49ers. 49ers, 2.5-point favorites in this one. We get a rematch of, 2019-20 Super Bowl? So
yes, I think it was the first year that we did the segment.
There we go. First year. So back at it once again. We'll start there. We're going to do 3 props as well for you. But let's start with the game, picking against the spread. As we said, 49ers, 2.5-point favorites. Who do you like in the game?
Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs. As I wrote in today's column in Newsday, each year I do like the 3 reasons why so-and-so will win. 5 years ago, I did 5 reasons why the Niners will win. And I'm still upset they blew that 2010 fourth quarter lead in a game that was much closer than the 31-20 Chiefs win. But I'm going with the Chiefs here. I feel like this has been such a weird season. Before the year, I picked the Chiefs to repeat because I just didn't feel like anyone could dethrone them. And I wrote in my column, maybe this is what the NFL needed. The Chiefs, the team that everyone expects to be there at the end of the year, fooled us. And we didn't think they were going to be there. At the beginning of the playoffs, none of us picked them to get back. And here they are. And I feel like the hard part's out of the way, winning at Buffalo and then winning at Baltimore. Not that the 49ers are a tough team that probably have the top to bottom, the better, more talent. More talented roster. I think this is going to be a close game, but I just feel like the Chiefs, they're on a mission to be the next dynasty. Last year when they beat Philadelphia, right away, after, had to be 10 minutes after the game, post-game, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, right away they're talking about, we want to run it back next year, we want to win again. When you're back, when you win 2 Super Bowls and now you have a chance to be the first team to win back-to-back rings in 21 years since the Patriots did it. This is what you strive for. You want to be one of the greats, and they need to win this game to cement their legacy as a dynasty. And I just don't trust the Niners. So my 3 reasons for picking the Chiefs is the whole dynasty thing. I think experience matters. Mahomes 14-3 in the playoffs. Just great as an underdog. The Chiefs are 9-3 when they're an underdog. 10-1-1 against the spread, which is a remarkable stat. He just finds ways to win these games. He hasn't been a super self in these big games. He gets 5 TDs and 4 picks in this Super Bowl, but he can do anything. If you need him to throw for 350 yards, he'll do it. If he needs to take a more conservative approach and think and dunk and complete 80% of his passes, he'll just find a way to get it done. They just have too much experience. Him, Kelsey, Pacheco's a great young running back, Andy Reid. And my second reason, probably my biggest reason for I like the Chiefs, is the defense. This defense has been great all year, second in points allowed and yards allowed. And the number that strikes me the most is the second half points. They allowed an NFL low 6.8 second half points all season. And in the playoffs, they've only allowed 10 second half points, 0 against Miami, 7 against Buffalo, and 3 against Baltimore. That L'Jarius Sneed forced fumble on Dave Flowers at the goal line, to me, is like the play of the playoffs, kind of play that just fuels the Super Bowl season. And I just trust T. Spagnuolo to they don't need to blitz to get home. Like Chris Jones, Karlaftis, I think I'm saying his name right.
Yep.
They don't need to blitz. So I feel like they can get rush 4, leave linebackers in secondary to frustrate Purdy. And I just think that's going to be the key to the game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I have a 24-17 Chiefs. I think we get a very low-scoring first half, lots of runs. Pacheco, McCaffrey. The Chiefs aren't great against the run, so I think the Niners are going to pound the ball a lot. And I just feel like Purdy and the Niners are kind of lucky to even be here. They should have lost to the Packers. They should have lost to the Lions. And they have a great team. I don't trust Purdy when they're down. You saw him get rattled against the Ravens on Christmas night, Monday Night Football, 4 interceptions. And Shanahan, as great a coach as he is in the regular season, he's been shaky in the playoffs. They were epic. Lions collapsed away from losing 3 straight NFC title games. He was the offensive coordinator when the Falcons couldn't put the Patriots away during the infamous 28-3 Super Bowl from a few years ago. So I just don't trust him in a big spot. I trust Reid. I trust Mahomes. I trust Kelsey. If the Chiefs get it done, 3 rings in 5 years. Chiefs, Super Bowl champs, 24-17.
I love it. I'm going to take the Chiefs as well, plus 2.5. I'm almost surprised that they're underdogs in this game by 2.5 points. It was started at a lower number. I believe it was a point or a point and a half, and then we even went to 2.5. I figured it would go the other way, to be honest with you. And, you laid out a lot of really good reasons why I think Kansas City wins this game. For example, the defense. I think, everyone always underrates this defense. They think of the Chiefs, they think of, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, and deservedly so, all-time greats. But Steve Spagnuolo's done a phenomenal job with that defense. They were great against Baltimore in the AFC Championship game. It was a big reason why they won that game. Then it gets down to the quarterback matchup for me with Mahomes versus Purdy, and I just think when push comes to shove, how could you take Brock Purdy over Patrick Mahomes in this spot with Mahomes as an underdog? You laid out all the numbers with how Mahomes and the Chiefs have performed as underdogs against the spread and straight up. And this is a team, as you said, once it seems like it doesn't matter what happens in the regular season, like the light switch goes on once it's playoff time, and then they are ready to go on that run. I like the 49ers. They were my pick to come out of the NFC before the season started. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl once the playoff picture started, but they haven't really looked that great in the two games that they played. They let the Packers hang around, and if Jordan Love didn't go full Brett Favre, who knows? Maybe they're not here right now. And then they needed an all-time epic comeback against the Detroit Lions in the NFC title game after getting down big in the first half. So I don't think they've actually played their best football over the last couple weeks. Now, something that I think will help them a little bit in this game, it doesn't appear that Joe Thuney, the left guard of the Kansas City Chiefs, will play. So I think they'll be able to get some interior pressure on Patrick Mahomes, which that'll matter, and I think that will keep it close. But I don't know how I could pick against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs right now. I agree with you. I think it's going to be slightly on the lower scoring side. I'll go like 26-20, something like that. I think Kansas City wins. Neither team gets to 30 points. Somewhere around the low to mid 20s, both teams end up hanging. I think more on McCaffrey in a little bit when we do our props, but I think the 49ers will try to run the ball a lot, and that's where they'll have their most success, but I just don't trust Brock Purdy going up against Kansas City and beating Patrick Mahomes. So give me the Kansas City Chiefs as well in this one, plus 2.5. All right, so we're going to do 3 prop picks in this one. We'll alternate. What's your first prop that stands out to you?
Yeah, I'll go with the first touchdown score. Travis Kelce, I think it's 8-1 or 10-1. Last year in the Super Bowl, he scored the Chiefs' first touchdown. It wouldn't have been the first TD score because the Eagles scored first, but they came right down the field. They scored. Same thing happened in the AFC title game against Baltimore. All eyes are on Kelce. I mean, he had a down year for him, and he's just been on another level in the playoffs. He had a great diving catch. He caught all 11 targets in the AFC title game. I think he had 23 catches for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in the playoffs. And another one of my props is Kelce to catch every target. Okay. As long as they don't throw it 11 times. But I'm just sprinkling. I have like a Sunday column of 7 Sunday stories, 7 prop bets. So I'll sprinkle in some of the ones I'm not highlighting here. But I think Kelce also to win MVP might be a good shot. If he has a big game, the whole Taylor Swift thing, maybe they won't give it to Mahomes. So Kelce first TD score, I think there's a chance to not even if the Niners get the ball first, I can see the Kansas City defense forcing a punt. She's coming right down like they did against Baltimore, and Kelce getting in the end zone.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. If I'm looking at the first touchdown scorer market, that's absolutely someone that I would circle. Now, for me, I'm going to go first with my first one, Isaiah Pacheco touchdown, anytime touchdown scorer, minus 130. You're laying some money on this one, but I'm comfortable doing it because I think how this game plays out, they're going to be leaning heavy. Both teams will be leaning heavy on the run game. I see this as a game where the running backs are both on both sides. And more, again, I teased it twice now, but more on McCaffrey in a second here. Pacheco, I think I just love his running style. He's a nasty runner. They're going to get down towards the red zone, and when they're inside the 5, I could just see them handing him the rock, him running nasty right into the end zone. So yeah, I know you're laying a little bit of money with it at minus 130, but I'm comfortable with that line. I think he gets in the end zone.
I agree.
Absolutely. So, all right, what's your next one?
Next one is Brock Purdy under 246.5 passing yards. I think the Niners are going to run the ball a lot. I could see McCaffrey getting 25, 30 touches. I just don't see Purdy having a huge day in the air. Even if they have to come back like they did against the Lions and the Packers, I think the Chiefs defense is so stout at every level. And I just don't see him throwing 250 yards. So I feel like this is a good one, under 246.5.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm going to have to tell your picks. I like both of them so far. All right, so I've been teasing it, but my next one is Christian McCaffrey to score 2+ touchdowns, which is plus 230.
So 2 or more, right?
Yeah, yep, two or more, exactly.
The 2+ is confusing sometimes.
Yeah, two or more touchdowns. So at plus money, plus 230. His anytime touchdown market is not worth it to just, you'd have to lay big money for him to get in. But for him to get in the end zone twice, getting plus 230 on it, and as we both have mentioned, we think the running backs are going to be heavily involved. McCaffrey being a pass catching weapon as well makes me feel more comfortable going to the 2+ or 2 or more touchdown market, because there's multiple ways for him to get in the end zone. He could run it, he could catch a pass and just break some tackles and go off. And with your pick on the under on Brock Purdy, which is something that I agree with, I think they're going to be checking it down a lot to McCaffrey. So I like him to get in the end zone twice in this game.
My last one is not McCaffrey, but real fast, piggyback on that. There's one I couldn't believe it when I saw it. McCaffrey over 35 rushing yards in both halves. So 35 in the first half, 35 in the second half. I thought that was like one of the sure things when I was looking at the props. So I put that one in my Sunday picks too. I feel like he's definitely going to get over 35 yards in each half. So that feels like it's too good to be true, but we'll see what happens. My last one is more of like a fun one. I feel like the props are like kind of, if you're doing them, you got to have some fun with it. So this is the one that jumped out to me as well. Any quarterback to catch a pass from a different player. So no, not from himself, because you can also get 50-1 odds for a quarterback to catch his own pass after what happened in the AFC title game with Lamar Jackson. But so Mahomes or Purdy, if they catch a pass like a design pass, like a trick play, that's plus 2,400. So 24-1. I took a shot with it. Purdy's never done it before, but Mahomes actually caught a pass off of like his own pass off a batted defender, but he's also never had a design pass either. But I just feel like Andy Reid. If you remember, I think last year, late in the season, it was a early Saturday game. The Chiefs broke out that snow globe formation in Vegas. And, Andy Reid likes to get, creative, cute down at the goal line. I could totally see maybe a little Nick Foles, Philly special action here with Mahomes. It wouldn't shock me, another thing to add to Mahomes' legacy resume. So I could totally see him catching a touchdown or even like a pass like Brady tried a few times in the Super Bowl or whatever it was, playoffs. So give me just a fun one. Either quarterback to catch a pass from a player, 24-1.
There you go. And we've seen Travis Kelce throw the football a little bit. I think he had an interception against the Giants earlier in his career, but he's done it. So maybe he's the one who's throwing the pass to Mahomes there. I'm gonna give a long shot one too. This is a fun one, so just a sprinkle here on this one. But I'm gonna go Kyle Juszczyk, anytime touchdown score at plus 900. There, fullback touchdowns are always fun. I feel like, in the Super Bowl, sometimes it's the guys you don't expect to get in the end zone. Kelce, McCaffrey, Pacheco are going to be popular plays on anytime touchdowns. And as we mentioned with, I'm comfortable laying the Pacheco at minus 130, but the Kelce anytime and McCaffrey anytime isn't great. But Kyle's Juszczyk, a little fullback action. Love it. Go old school. That's what the 49ers like to do in their West Coast offense. He caught a pass against the Ravens the week prior. So I think he'll get his 1 to 2 touches, and maybe one of them gets in the end zone for you down on the goal line. So Kyle
he scored in the first Super Bowl they met 4 years ago.
There you go. See, I didn't even remember that, but there you go. He did it once already. So plus 900 there.
His wife has a full feature in today's Newsday on being the new, it girl for a sports designer. She's a fashion woman. She designs jackets, and Taylor Swift won one of her jackets.
Yeah,
and
there you
she's
go.
From Massapequa, so.
Long Island zone, right from Massapequa.
Everyone's from Long Island.
You absolutely love it. So, okay, just to run through these real quick, both Joe and I on Kansas City plus 2.5. My 3 props: Pacheco anytime touchdown -130, McCaffrey 2 or more touchdowns +230, and the fun one, Kyle Juszczyk anytime touchdown +900. Joe's props: Kelsey with the first touchdown, Brock Purdy under on the passing yards, 246.5 passing yards, and any quarterback, either quarterback to catch a pass at +2400. Joe, I appreciate you joining me this season. It's been a ton of fun, and we'll talk again soon.
I enjoyed the game. Good job. Thanks.